welcome to Elements of Ayurveda, Empowering Wisdom of Life. I'm your host, Colette, and in this podcast, I hope to empower you to take charge of your own health by sharing the holistic teachings of Ayurveda, the ancient healing tradition from India. We will also discuss topics like health and wellness, nutrition, yoga, fitness, meditation, breath work, and much more, as well as interviewing lots of inspiring people along the way. My humble wish is to help you to connect to your true nature, to Mother Nature, and to each other. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe to the show, and the new episodes will automatically download for you to enjoy. If you're new to Ayurveda, I recommend you listen to the first couple of episodes where I do an introduction to Ayurveda and the mind-body types. I've also set up a Facebook group for us to connect and to support each other, and I'd love for you to join me over at Elements of Ayurveda podcast group. And now, here's the show. Hey there, it's Colette and welcome back to Elements of Ayurveda. Today's episode, we're going to talk all about ghee, clarified butter. And we're going to discover why ghee has been used for thousands of years in India for its health and medicinal properties. Now, unfortunately, butter, from which ghee is made, had been disappearing off our tables in the past few decades, and this was due to misinformation that naturally saturated fats from animal sources were the root of the heart disease and the cancer plague. Thankfully, now we know this is not true, and today there has been a renewed respect, appreciation, and love of butter, I'm happy to say. And with Ayurveda spreading rapidly, ghee is becoming very popular. So in today's episode, when I refer to ghee, I'm specifically talking about ghee that's made from organic, 100% grass-fed, pasture-raised ghee, and from cows that are raised by traditional methods that are treated humanely. So let's talk first about how ghee is made, and then we'll go into the numerous benefits of ghee. So the process of making ghee involves the slow heating of unsalted organic butter over a low temperature, which separates the water and the milk solids, the casein and lactose. And it also takes out other impurities. So this leaves behind just the protein and fat, which results in the finest concentration of healthy, stable fats, minerals, and nutrients. So ghee essentially is the essence of butter. When ghee is made with the finest pasture-fed, cultured butter, and in harmony with nature, in Ayurveda, it's often timed with the lunar cycles, it ensures a sattvic product which can help heal and enrich the body. Since ghee is a very stable saturated fat, it will last for a long time without going rancid, and you can store it in your cupboard, and there's no need to put it in the fridge. As long as you keep moisture out of it, it is a very stable fat. Now, in Ayurvedic medicine, ghee is considered sweet and cooling. It kindles the Agni, the digestive fire, and has a sattvic or balancing action on the mind. It's also considered tridoshic and therefore balances Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. However, because it has this sweet quality, for those people with a high Kapha constitution or a Kapha imbalance, ghee is best taken in smaller quantities. So now let's delve deep into all the benefits of ghee. Well, the first one is for cooking. It's one of the best fats for cooking as it can handle heat up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 232 degrees Celsius, and it has a high smoke point. So as a saturated fat, ghee is also more stable than other fats or oils. Therefore, it's less prone to oxidation and nutrient destruction during cooking. So highly recommended as a cooking oil, cooking fat, and that's why it's been used for thousands of years in Indian cooking. Ghee is loaded with omega-3 and 9 fatty acids. And this helps to reduce systemic inflammation, particularly inflammation in the gut, the joints, etc. And ghee has been shown to reduce the secretions of leukotrienes and prostaglandins, which both contribute to the formation of pain and swelling due to the presence of the omega-3 and the omega-9 fatty acids. Now, omega-3 fatty acids have a number of important roles in brain health, from reducing inflammation, as I just mentioned, to increasing neurotransmitter production and increasing gray matter. It also improves cognitive health, memory, and overall mood and well-being. So ghee nourishes and protects the brain and boosts memory. Saturated fat is essential for proper brain health, and ghee is one of the highest quality and healthiest sources of saturated fat available. The neurons and nerve fibers in our brain are largely coated with a myelin sheathing, which is largely composed of saturated fats, like those found in ghee. So the myelin sheathing helps neurons, axons, and nerve cells fire and communicate properly, which they can't do when our diet is lacking with high-quality saturated fats. So you can just imagine for decades when we're taking all these good saturated fats out of our diet, the effect that this was having on our brain, because saturated fat is a fundamental building block for our brain cells. One of the most common Ayurvedic recipes for boosting your memory and helping with cognitive decline is eating ghee. It is said that ghee can enhance longevity and slow the aging process also. Now, again, unlike what we've been led to believe in the past about saturated fats, ghee has been found to, in fact, reduce cholesterol due to naturally occurring levels of CLA. CLA is conjugated linoleic acid. CLA has been shown to help boost the metabolism, increase muscle strength and endurance, and reduce body fat. So despite this misinformation in the past decades, cholesterol is essential for proper health, hormone production, brain function, nerve function, cellular health, and a number of other highly important bodily functions. Ghee supplies high-quality cholesterol to the body and the brain. Studies have indicated that a high CLA-enriched ghee has antioxidant and anti-atherogenic activities, meaning that it does not promote the formation of fatty deposits in the arteries, and therefore suggesting that ghee can be an important food component for decreasing the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Other studies also show that ghee may help reduce tumors and high blood pressure and actually burn fat, like I mentioned a moment ago. So it completely goes against what we were led to believe in the past few decades. And we really need to kind of get over our fear of saturated fat. Ghee is rich in vitamin A, and unlike most foods, the vitamin A in ghee is in retinol form, meaning that it is the most biocompatible form for the human body. Most of the vitamin A in our diets comes from beta-carotene, which requires the body to convert it into retinol before it can be used, and some people can have difficulty in converting this. So ghee makes it easy for the body with this biocompatible form of vitamin A. Now, ghee also contains vitamin K, which is essential for healthy bones and heart. Vitamin K2 can be hard to get as it is somewhat rare in most foods, but ghee is rich in it. Proper levels of vitamin 2K help to protect against tooth decay, support proper growth and development of bones, and protect against the calcification of arteries, also known as atherosclerosis. Ghee also contains vitamin D and high amounts of vitamin E, one of the most powerful and important antioxidants in the body. We know that vitamin E is great for wound healing, and ghee is antiviral, so great for sterilizing cuts and scrapes, and has been used for its wound healing properties in Ayurveda for thousands of years. Now, in Ayurvedic medicine, ghee is said to have a special ability to help transport the medicinal properties of herbs, spices, and nutrients deep into the tissues, the organs, and the cells for better absorption and aiding the repair and the rejuvenation of internal organs, helping to create a healthy, balanced system. Ghee also aids in digestion, elimination, and purification by lubricating the body and the intestines and not allowing anything to stick or to clog up the channels of the body. In fact, Dr. John Douillard of Life Spa says that ghee has a lipophilic effect on other fatty acids and fatty toxins in the body, meaning attracting other fats, acting as a chelating agent to pull stored fat-soluble toxins out of the body and back into the intestines for the removal of these toxins from the body. So the molecules of emotion, which according to Ayurveda are also lipophilic and stored in the fat cells, can also be pulled out of their hiding places using this method. And by using ghee in large doses prior to a cleanse, it loosens up the deep-rooted toxins from the tissues, which allows them to be eliminated through purgation. So, as Dr. Douillard was just saying here, ghee is a wonderful cleansing agent for cleansing and detoxing the body, and this is the reason we use it in Ayurvedic cleansing. So on the subject of cleansing, I want to tell you about my upcoming Ayurvedic Spring Cleanse, which is starting March 29th. And in Ayurveda, we believe that it's important to do cleanses at the joint of the seasons to help prevent illness. You know how we go through the joint of the seasons, like in springtime or in fall time, where there's the tendency to get colds and flus and congestion and stuffy nose. This happens due to a buildup of toxins in the body, which is why Ayurveda recommends regular seasonal cleansing to get rid of those built up toxins so that the channels in the body are clear and you can go and transition into the new season feeling light and clear and energetic and without any illness. So we use ghee in the cleanses to help pull out those fat-soluble toxins. And like we said, ghee has that ability to penetrate deep into the cells and the tissues and aid in the elimination of these fat-soluble toxins, which the body is stored away. Because when the body is overloaded with toxins, when there's an onslaught of daily toxins, the body gets overwhelmed and really doesn't know what to do with these toxins. So it stores them in the fat cells as a place to protect the body from all these toxins. And then we use the ghee to pull out these toxins because the fat attracts the fat, pull out these fat-soluble toxins, bring them into the GI tract, and then eliminate them out of the body. So this is what we're using in this all-natural whole food cleanse that's tailored to you. In this cleanse, I have a 90-minute online consultation with each person. We talk for 90 minutes about your current situation. We check your birth constitution. We check if you have a current imbalance. And then I will tailor the cleanse, the foods, the yoga, the breath work, the meditation, and anything else I think you need in order to bring your body back into balance. So if you're ready to join us, just click on the link in the show notes, and you should act fast because I only have a couple of weeks to do the consultation. So you want to make sure and book your 90-minute consultation as soon as possible. So if you're ready to get rid and unpack those toxins that are really holding you back and making you sluggish and foggy-minded, well, then join us on this Ayurvedic Spring Cleanse. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. So now let's go back to talking about the other benefits of ghee. Now, as ghee aids digestion, it is commonly used in Ayurvedic remedies to strengthen and aid digestive health. In studies, ghee was found to increase the secretion of stomach acids, which help to digest and absorb foods. And because ghee contains no dairy, it doesn't upset people who are lactose intolerant. So ghee, as we now know, is made from butter, and butter contains butyric acid or butyrate, which is a short-chain fatty acid that helps to protect the intestinal lining and the gut wall. Ghee has a more concentrated source of butyric acid than butter, and our gut bugs also make a similar component to that of butyric acid. So when we digest this short chain fatty acid, the gut bugs recognize it immediately, and it causes the intestinal wall cells to grow and repair new tissues in the digestive tract. This can really help to repair leaky gut, ulcers, IBS, colitis, and lots of inflammatory diseases, as ghee helps to reduce inflammation. Ghee can strengthen digestion for everyone. As we said, it's tridoshic, improving nutrient absorption and overall health. Now, we know that our gut houses up to 80% of our immunity. And so a healthy gut equals a healthy body and a healthy mind. And talking about the mind, a major portion of our nervous system is located in our intestines, which is why the gut is often referred to as our second brain and is responsible for many essential body processes and the production of hormones. And this is why Ayurveda focused on digestive health for thousands of years. Ghee also helps to stimulate and renew bile production in the liver, which is extremely important for proper digestion, particularly the digestion of fatty foods. Now, ghee strengthens not only our immunity, but it also supports our vitality, our longevity, and our prana, our life force energy. It nourishes the body's ojas supplies. Ojas is the vital energy reserve of the body. And I talked about ojas in detail in episode number 42. But in Ayurveda, it says that we're all born with this 8 drops of ojas, this vital energy reserve of the body. And Ayurveda tells us that ghee can boost our ojas if we're depleted, strengthening our aura and bringing increased energy and vitality to our body. It increases the sattva, the peace and contentment in the mind also. So as you can see, we all need some ghee in our lives. Now, on that note, for those who are vegan and want to do the digestive reset cleanse, it is possible to do it. If you are vegan, we just use other oils, and that's completely fine. Personally, I avoided butter and ghee for a long time and then discovered its many benefits, and now I do use it personally in my cleanses, and I encourage others to use it. But if you're a vegan, we can definitely suggest alternative oils for you. So let's talk about how to use ghee in your daily life besides from when cleansing. So we talked about in cooking, it really gives a rich buttery flavor to food, which not only enhances the flavor of spices, but also brings out the healing property of the spices and really complements all sorts of dishes like sweet and savory. Now in Ayurveda, it's recommended that you saute the spices in a little ghee on the side before adding it to your dish. And like I said, that will bring out the flavors and the oils of the spices and also the healing properties. You could add it to rice, to quinoa, to steamed veggies, to lentils. You could even add it to your oatmeal or stewed apples as a great treat. You could use it instead of butter if you're using it on bread or crackers, or even pour it over your popcorn. That could be a great way to have it as a snack. You could add it to your coffee to balance out that wired feeling from the caffeine. A lot of people now add ghee or coconut oil to their coffee for that benefit. With its high smoke point that we referred to earlier, it's really great for frying. And this sweet caramelized nutty flavor is really great for baking also. You can use it on your skin, and it's really good as a massage oil for arthritic areas of the body. Really helps to ease pain. Now, if you're feeling constipated, 1 or 2 teaspoons first thing in the morning, followed by a glass of warm water, will have a mild laxative effect on the body. Or you could use it at night in a hot milky drink, a nut milk or seed milk, like turmeric golden milk, to help you nourish your body and to calm your emotions. And I have the recipe for turmeric golden milk over on my website. If you go to elementshealingandwellbeing.com/freebies, you'll see the turmeric golden milk recipe there. So what do you look for when you're buying ghee? Well, the most important consideration when buying ghee is that it comes from 100% grass-fed, pasture-raised cows, and that it's organic. It's good to know the source of the ghee. Is it from cows that have been raised by traditional methods in that they're grass-fed and pasture-raised? And this product will generally be of very high quality. And ghee should always be packaged in glass jars, and that ensures maximum freshness and potency. Of course, you could also make your own ghee, and it is actually really simple to make. It's just making sure that you have a good quality butter that's organic and grass-fed and unsalted. And then it takes about 20 minutes to make. You chop up your butter, you put it in a heavy, medium-sized saucepan, put it on a medium heat, and wait until the butter starts to melt. Be really careful not to burn it here. And then once melted, turn down the heat to allow the butter to just simmer, slightly boil, and leave it uncovered. In the beginning, the butter will melt and you'll see a thick, cloudy liquid butter, but slowly that cloudiness will lessen and you'll start to see some of that transparent liquid, that golden ghee. And you might hear some hissing sounds as the butter foams here, but stir it occasionally with a stainless steel spoon, just scraping the bottom of the pan. And after about 15 minutes, you'll see the transparent golden ghee on top and the brown sediment will be on the bottom of the pan. It'll start smelling a little bit like popcorn here. So the whitish curds that have formed will then turn a slight tan color, and you'll notice that the boiling quietens down a little bit. So this indicates that the ghee is ready. So then you remove the pot from the heat and let it cool down until it's just warm. And then you strain it into a glass jar using a strainer or a cheesecloth, and make sure that you use a thick glass jar, and then you can just store it at room temperature. Now, it is nice to make this also at the time of the full moon. And ghee will soak up all the energy of the full moon, and also putting your love and energy into that ghee is a great thing to do as well. So I highly encourage you to try and make your own. It's so nice when you can make your own products and put your loving energy into them and use them for your own cooking and for your family and friends as well. So there you go. That was Ghee 101. I hope this encourages you to use ghee in your diet for all its healing benefits. And for those of you who are vegan, in the past few weeks, I covered coconut oil, which is a great alternative for you also. So please let me know over on the Elements of Ayurveda podcast Facebook group if you use ghee, where you like to use it, and share your tips and your thoughts on ghee. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Remember that the spring Digestive Reset Cleanse is starting March 29th, so make sure you register and book your consultation soon, as there's a limited number of spaces. And if you would like to become a patron of the Elements of Ayurveda podcast, if you would like to support the show, you're finding the information helpful, then click on the patron link in the show notes here, or go to my website, to the podcast page, and you'll find the patron link there. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you subscribe to the show and rate and review it if you haven't already. This greatly helps others find the show, and we can spread the word of Ayurveda. Take good care of yourself, be well, and I hope to connect with you soon. Ciao for now.